Hello, everyone, and I'm Blair.
Hello, and I'm Kirsten, and we are mediocre content. And my internet signal immediately said unstable.
Great.
So this is already going to be fantastic.
This is lovely.
Welcome in, everybody. We're back for another week, which is just great, I say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Also, if you're new here, we do have daily commands. You can use the exclamation marks that Fossabot so nicely and completely on its own has indicated for you in chat, so feel freaking free.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just working. Oh my gosh.
What?
Okay, there we go. All right. Sorry. It's like I was trying to get on the Twitch stream on my second screen over here, and it started with the audio, and I'm just like, oh my god, everything's fine though. It's fine.
Centric, hello, welcome in.
Hola.
Good to see ya. Oh my god. I feel like, we started, we met right before this, and I was like, oh, everything's great. Everything is fabulous. And then I do kind of feel like we get on here, and I feel like things just kind of disintegrate a little bit, like my internet.
They do. Yeah. Same. It's okay, though. It's all right. We're going to make it through. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be an uber great one this time. But before we do any of that, I'm going to give us some lo-fi music to listen to now that our intro is over.
Ooh, nice.
I think I have, it's called, and I quote, Twitch-friendly bangers.
Wow.
What a title and a half.
What a title. I don't know if lo-fi music qualifies as a banger, but okay.
I mean, it says it's got like a compilation of lo-fi. I don't think the thing it's currently playing that you cannot hear that is an absolute atrocity is KK Slider Riptide. Which, if you're not familiar with KK Slider, it's the Animal Crossing dog.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna have to skip that one. That's awful. Okay, great.
Fun.
Starting off strong. I really want to jump into the good news, which is all about Blair. But to do that first, number one, we have to go over our disclaimer, which is a must. So here it is. We ain't experts, right, Blair?
Correct. We are never experts.
Never. And if you have any of those thoughts right away, just know we're not. However, we assume that you're probably more expert than we are. And if that's the case and we muff something up, which is bound to happen, we ask that you kindly let us know and do your own research.
Yeah. If you know something about the topic that we're talking about, which today is dragons, not
dinosaurs.
Dragons.
Same
Similar,
but different.
Yes. We would love it if you put your knowledge in the chat so we can all learn something today.
And with that, I'm going to pop us off into the good news. And by pop us off into the good news, I mean I'm going to hand it over to Blair because this chick went to freaking Disneyland.
Is that good news graphic? Is it new? It looks good.
Thank you.
Love. Okay.
Thank you. Yes. That's all about you.
Yes. So if you guys have been keeping up with the podcast, it's okay if you haven't, but we just recently did a podcast on theme parks, obscure theme parks, and then we also did one on Disney adults.
Yes.
And then my husband and I, shout out Chris, we both went to Disneyland this past weekend, and we took a long weekend to go, and it was fabulous.
I'm
oh
so
my gosh.
glad.
Neither of us had ever been to Disneyland. Well, actually, that's a lie. Chris went when he was little. I had never been to Disneyland. I have had the privilege of going to Disney World a few times.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Disneyland is so I like it better. That's a controversial yet brave opinion.
Wow.
Because Disneyland, although it is smaller, it's made up of 2 parks, the original Disneyland, and then there's Disney California Adventure. Which, if you've ever seen like the promo photos of like the big Ferris wheel with like Mickey in the middle, that's the California Adventure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So, but yes, we had like such a good time. I like it because there's only 2 parks. You can walk in between the parks. Like the gates, you like go through security one time, and then the gates to Disneyland are on your right side, and then the gates to California Adventure are on the other side. And if you have a park hopper, you can just walk back and forth.
Is that like Universal?
Yes.
I think that's what we did in Universal. Is that the same?
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
You just walk back and forth. It's so nice. And like, so if you want to ride some rides for a while in Disneyland and then you want to get dinner in California Adventure, you can do that. Super fun.
That. I bet it was super fun. What was your favorite ride? Did you ride?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes.
What was your favorite ride?
I had 2 favorite rides. The first one was Toy Story Mania, which is like, if you've ever ridden the Buzz Lightyear ride where you have like the little shooter thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Similar to that, except it's more of like a carnival theme with all of the Toy Story characters.
Cute.
And it was very fun. Loved that ride. And then I also loved the Indiana Jones ride, which I think is fairly new in Disneyland.
Okay.
And it's like one of those like 3D where you're in like the little cart and they like zoom you around. It's like kind of a roller coaster, but not quite.
Those make me dizzy.
Well, so I thought it was going to too.
Yeah.
And remember I told you that I was going to try and take Dramamine before I got on any like rides or roller coasters.
Yes.
So I did that. And it turns out that if I'm in a ride that has like open air, it's fine. So like if I'm in a cart or something, I'm fine. But if I'm in like one of those rides where you have to put on the 3D glasses and it's like a simulator.
Yeah.
You know, you're like enclosed in a room and then the chairs move.
Yeah.
That one. So there's a Star Wars ride like that. And I almost puked.
Oh,
I got really hot and I was like, it's coming. It's happening. I don't know what to do.
I'm going to vom right here.
And then I got off the ride, and the good part about taking the Dramamine is that I recovered very quickly.
That's great.
So I felt like I was going to puke during the ride, but then after the ride, I was fine and I was able to eat dinner and everything was good.
The Dramamine was like, I got you, girl.
Right. Not during the ride, though.
No,
just
absolutely.
Afterwards. Yeah.
At the same time, the Dramamine was like, you're on your own, girl.
Right. Yeah. So
I love that.
Yeah, it was good. We saw a bunch of characters, which was cool. Because the last time we went to Disney World, it was during COVID, or like at the tail end of COVID. And so we got to see a lot of characters, which was neat. We saw a lot of Star Wars characters. We saw a Disney Princess Parade. Aww. We saw Gaston, which is
Are we bragging about that?
No.
No one brags like
that.
Gaston.
Belle was there next to him, which was cool.
That's kind of where is the beast?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
I don't know. I know. It's a plot hole. I don't know what
sus.
to tell you. Yeah.
That's great. So, I'm glad you had a good time though.
Yeah, it was beautiful. We went to the Marvel campus too with all the based on all the Marvel movies, and we saw a lot of superheroes there.
Very cute.
Which
Very
was neat. Yeah. A lot of good food too, and like drinks and stuff.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Lots of desserts.
Centric. Oh yes, Centric has some. Is it forgive me. Is it the Spider-Man Air Force One? No, the Spider-Man Jordans. I think yes. Yes. Right?
What?
Centric has these really amazing shoes that he put in Discord. And they're amazing. They're beautiful. And he's a sneakerhead, so that makes sense. Yes, yes, yes.
Spider-Man Across the Universe, Jordan's one. Ooh, very
Isn't that
cool. That is so cool.
Freaking cool.
Both of those movies are so good. I love the Spider-Verse movies.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they have the Spider-Man. We did the Web Slinger ride, which is basically one. If you guys don't know, I don't. Some of you might know. But basically, you're like shooting like Spider-Man, like in at the screen, and you're
so
like
cool.
webbing people, and it's really cool.
I'm a Weber.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
then it was fun. It made my forearms kind of sore because like, you're like going so fast.
I couldn't keep up with the webbing.
It was really hard. It was.
You know what?
Fun,
I guess you're just not Spider-Man material, Blair.
I'm not. No, and nobody ever thought so. I was not
Forearms of
hoping to
steel.
be. I was never. Yeah, never going to be Spider-Man.
I bet
ever.
Spider-Man does have great forearms then.
Probably
I mean, you'd have
comes
to.
with the Spider Bite package. Amazing forearms and
How many
webs.
spiders do you know have jacked forearms?
I don't know.
I got 8 forearms and they're all ready for
but,
you.
like, evolutionarily, if you're gonna
It's true.
have webs come out of your forearm, you should probably have some like muscle mass there, right?
I guess, but a spider doesn't use its forearms for its web.
Right.
I just want to.
Right. But
A human spider, for
Right.
sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
we only have 4 limbs. We have to have,
We have
spiders
4
have 8
limbs.
limbs. Stop it.
What? That's great.
So
Well,
yeah,
that
we
sounds
had a
like
great
lot of fun.
time. It was good.
What was the
Yeah.
best thing that you ate?
Oh my god. So we had
Oh my
we
god.
had the Mickey shaped beignets.
Oh, I
which
bet those were
so
amazing.
good. Oh my god, they were so good. And then we also had a macaroon.
Sure.
Macaroon.
Whichever one.
It was raspberry. It was Mickey shaped, and then it had like raspberry custard and like fresh raspberries in it. It was so good.
Jeez.
So good. And then we also had a lot of really good drinks. We had Dole Whip with alcohol in it, which was very good.
Interesting choice.
Drink responsibly. And it was really good.
That's great. It's fantastic.
All the things. Also at Disney California Adventure,
Yeah.
instead of having, in lieu of fireworks, because the fireworks are done over on Disneyland side with the castle.
Mm-hmm.
In lieu of fireworks, they have a water show.
Oh.
So like they have a pond like in the middle that everything is kind of centered around.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know like in Vegas where they do like the water shows where they like
Yes.
squirt water up in the air and there's like a bunch of lights and everything. So they do that, but then they project movies on the water.
That's
so like
cute.
there's mist coming up and that's like the screen and they're projecting like Moana
Oh
and
my
then they're like
God.
there's music and lights and I was like crying and it was so
I didn't
good.
expect you to be like, I was crying.
Well, because it was like it gave me goosebumps because it was just
Aw.
because like they theme it. If you've ever
Yes.
watched the fireworks at Disney, it's like you can do whatever you want to do with your life and like
Inspirational.
magic and like all this stuff. And I was just like so caught up. I think I was also really tired, but like
And maybe hooked up on the Dole Whip.
yeah. Maybe that. But I'm just like this is so nice. And they did like not Spider-Man. They did like Star Wars, like
Cute.
main scenes from those movies and Moana and Frozen and the whole 9. It was so good.
Brought you to tears. Literally
Ugh.
tears.
It was so good.
Isn't that what Disney's about? Just crying the whole time.
It's the magic of Disney.
Yeah,
Really.
brings me right to tears. I'm still gonna go. It's on my list to go.
You should.
Now I gotta go to both, but
Yeah.
jeez, I gotta go all the way to California.
Also, the amount of strollers.
okay.
I have never seen so many strollers in my entire life.
Full thing is, it's every theme park. Because even in Dollywood, it was stroller upon stroller. And I know that's just that's how you maneuver children. I get it. I don't have kids, obviously, but
Chris wants to go to Disneyland with you.
I see that. I forgot he's the Disney adult in the relationship.
He is. Yes.
Fine. Fine. We have other friends who also want to. Rachel and Cody from Florida want to go together as well. So maybe
We can
we'll
do
just
a group trip.
Yeah, because now we don't work for the same company, and we could
Yes.
totally just take off time together.
Yes.
Good luck with the Pokemon, guys. It's a floatzel.
Floatzel.
Floatzel. It's fun to say, isn't it?
It is.
Also, right before this, we were on a SpongeBob kick, and we were singing the Actually, I'm thinking about it again. My brain doesn't think that that's the scene that it was in. Oh, God. Why do I feel like it's... Oh, man. What is the, Man Ray? Is he the evil guy?
Yes.
It's him,
No,
isn't it?
It is. It is. And
Yeah.
then, isn't it when SpongeBob and Patrick are Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy or something like that?
Yeah, I think, right?
I think. I can't remember.
I thought it was, also thought it was Hashling and Slasher, but I think it's with Man
I
Ray.
thought it was too.
Oh, jeez. I'm not even going to bother that.
I don't know.
I don't know. My brain is mush.
It's been so long since
It
I've
has.
watched SpongeBob.
Guess I gotta rewatch.
I mean, honestly.
Nice catch.
I mean,
at
he was
that.
the only one who tried. So
No,
just
Centric
kidding.
tried. Yeah,
Centric
yeah,
tried.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Centric. That's my bad.
Centric
worst.
didn't even try.
He tried with an Ultra Ball.
He did. He's very, very ballsy.
But
I guess I need a cymbals noise now.
right? Just like off camera, just like
Just borrow a drum set real quick. Okay. Yeah, also Centric has all of them. Centric is the Pokemon.
So not a trainer, just a man.
Yeah, he's just a man.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. What are we even doing?
Gotta be careful. You don't want that copyright.
You're right. I'm still convinced that if I sing it poorly, they won't know and it'll be fine.
It won't even be recognizable.
Right.
But you're too good of a singer for that to be a problem.
That's
so. Okay. Okay. I'll segue us out of there. Let's talk about dragons, man.
Dragon.
Don't try to make that work.
It's not gonna work.
So I may or may not have built an entire PowerPoint dedicated to this.
Are we gonna have? You know what we should do for a podcast episode? I'm sorry, this is a tangent.
What's new?
We should do like what I know, right? We should do PowerPoints like we should both make a PowerPoint on a subject we feel passionate about, and then that'll be the podcast.
I think that's totally doable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I think that's great. Okay.
To be determined.
I'll write it down.
Stay tuned.
I said I'd write it down. I don't have a pen. I'll put it in my brain bank.
I do have a pen, and I
you
will
write it down.
I got it.
Professionals. You know, also, as you were talking, I looked up and I thought I'd spelled my own name wrong, but I didn't, so never mind.
I'm happy for you. That's good.
And I spelled your name right, too.
You know what? It's the small things.
Okay, so I'm going to leave you to watch chat because I won't be able to see it after this.
Ooh, okay.
So, bye, chat. I can't see you. Also, dun, 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 dun. This is our PowerPoint. I made it to kind of match our regular theme, which I think I did an okay job.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good!
Thank you! Hello, Sav. Welcome in. This is about the history of dragons. I thought I titled it really clear, and now I'm feeling like I haven't.
Can I just ask, did you come up with this topic because Tyler's rewatching Game of Thrones?
No, but it's so topical.
It is topical.
Oh my god, this is perfect. Okay, so Sav, I hope I'm saying your name right. Do you prefer KG?
Suave?
Let me know.
Suave.
I'm an idiot.
Suave.
I can't. What is this about? Oh, the series. KG is fine. Okay, perfect.
Okay,
excellent.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah, so the history of so Yes, Tyler is I don't care. So Tyler's rewatching House of Dragons, but no, I guess I'm just a nerd. I don't know.
You're just feeling it.
I'm just really feeling it.
Okay.
So I made this PowerPoint and I'm just gonna talk about dragons, I guess.
Great.
Sorry if none of y'all are interested in dragons. I haven't watched it at all, KG. So I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, the original Game of Thrones is good. I've only seen that too. I haven't done the House of Dragons thing.
I think that's what he's... Well, I don't know. I say that. I don't know what he's watching.
We'll never know.
The world may never know.
True.
Okay. I'm gonna lean into the fantasy world. Obviously I have my slideshow.
Yes.
And it's obviously topical even for today because we just talked about House of Dragons. So that's kind of the intro for this.
Yes.
Nailed it. Right. Origin stories. So as you may or may not know, dragons have appeared independently in cultures and civilizations throughout history. And they've greatly influenced art, myths, folklore, you name it. It's been influenced by it. Yes. At some point. But scholars will dispute that the idea of dragons originated from a wide variety of hypotheses, particularly around snakes or having snake-like attributes, obviously. And suggests that dragons are a creation of the innate fear of snakes.
Gotcha.
Which is interesting. I guess I hadn't thought about that.
It is interesting. Yeah.
I don't know. They do the research. I just tell you about it. Simply the messenger. The word dragon first entered the English language allegedly in the 13th century, and it's derived from the Latin draconis or the Greek drakons, both fun to say. And one of the earliest depictions portrayed dragons as giant snakes in mythologies of the ancient Near East, like Mesopotamia, in their art and literature. And dragon-like creatures are described in the Epic of Creation, which is the Enuma Elish, which is from the late 2nd millennium BC, which is hard to conceptualize mentally.
I would say.
Yeah. Other draconic creatures, the Basmu and... Oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this horribly. I'm so sorry. Usumgal? Also appear. Thanks, KG, for the follow. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
They appear in the text from the Akkadian period, with the most recognized being the musmahu, meaning reddish snake. So it kind of checks out. We're going back with snakes. Or fierce snake. So it could be either. And that was depicted on the Ishtar Gate at the city of Babylon. Pretty freaking cool.
Wow. That is pretty cool.
Yeah. In my PowerPoint here, this is ancient Egyptian mythology. So a pep or Apophis.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We love.
Super cool. It's a giant serpentine creature depicted here in this.
Chris is 3% mediocre. Yikes.
Chris.
Centric beat him with a 9%.
Centric, that's also awful.
Ugh.
Get it together. Be worse. So this creature resides in the realm of the dead or below the horizon. Apparently those are synonymous. And the first mention is during the 8th dynasty, which is 2181 BC to 2160 BC. Apep was born from Ra's umbilical cord and was the opponent of light and Ma'at's locked in epic duels throughout the ages with Ra. And that's him. The history of Apep. That's...
I am still stuck on umbilical cord, but okay.
Wait, what? He was from the umbilical cord. I don't know how to help you.
Wow.
I mean, he kind of looks like an umbilical cord.
Fair.
It's a snake. It's a snake.
Yeah,
It's a snake.
snake.
I'm a snake.
I'm a snake.
This is going so well. Oh my god. Whatever.
We're in rare form today, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so good. I'm going to continue to pronounce these names horribly, so just bear with me. Neheb Kau is another giant serpent who guards the Duat and aided Ra in his battle against Apep, which is this snake. And although originally considered an evil spirit, he later functions as a funerary god, which is kind of cool, associated with the afterlife, and one of the 42 assessors of Ma'at. So he made a life for himself as a giant serpent, unlike Apep, apparently. So poor Apep, we're sad.
Interesting that Harry Potter also has a giant snake in it. Several giant snakes in it.
I believe the word you're looking for is basilisk.
Well, and then Voldemort's snake.
Nagini.
Nagini is giant.
Oh, I can't say that because that might be a spoiler. Never mind.
What?
I'll just about Nagini.
Oh.
Fantastic Beasts. Have you seen the Fantastic Beasts movies?
No, because I refuse to watch anything after the original 8 movies.
Right. Never mind. We'll just keep going.
Sorry.
It's fine. Doesn't matter. The enigmatic Book of the Netherworld, an ancient Egyptian funerary text found in the tomb of Tut, depicts the Ouroboros, an ancient symbol showing a serpent or dragon eating its own tail, which, put a pin in that, because we're going to see that again in another culture, which is kind of cool. The symbol persisted in Egypt into Roman times when it frequently appeared on magical talismans, sometimes in combination with other magical emblems. Pretty dang cool. Okay, moving forward.
Yes.
In Zoroastrian literature, this is from Iran and Persia. Oh, yes.
I know, because in one of my religion classes in college,
that's right,
we talked
religion
about
major.
Zoroastrianism,
Yes.
and it is so fun. The main thing that I remember about that is like a hallmark of their religion is that they only eat things that are currently in season at the time.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. So like the oranges that we get year round would not be appropriate for them unless it's orange season.
Interesting. Did they say why?
That is a great question. I don't remember that part of. I just remember that one fact about Zoroastrianism because it was like it was a semester of multiple religions, and so the only one. It's not like we did a whole semester on it, but
nice.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Still stinking cool. Did KG said that looks like my handwriting?
I know.
You poor thing.
Chris is complaining that he has to watch the other Harry Potter movies alone.
I mean, that is kind of sad.
It is sad.
You know what, Chris? When we go to Disney, we'll watch them together, and we'll just do that. So you don't have to watch them alone.
We went last night to watch the new Wes Anderson movie, the Asteroid City.
How was that?
I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get that style of movie. Wes Anderson, I guess, has his own like specific style, and it's just so weird.
Great.
I did not understand it at all. It was super random sometimes, and I kept looking over at Chris like, why are we here? I almost fell asleep. It was weird. It was a weird time.
What a great thing to spend money on.
It was wild.
Feels
I
weird.
don't know. I got a Diet Coke.
Oh, well, that's good.
It's the highlight of my evening. Anyway.
That's unfortunate. You had to pay for that Diet Coke, too.
It was good.
Wow.
All right, sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's totally fine. Technically you're the expert on this, so let me know if I'm messing it up. You've got degrees, okay?
She used expert, and what she meant was knows of.
No,
barely
educated in.
Barely educated in. Okay, continue.
Zoroastrian literature. This is Iran and Persia. They had dragons such as this one, Azi Dahaka, meaning Avestan great snake. Again, the snake imagery, as you can tell, just kind of carried over, were seen as the personifications of sin and greed, so not great. In Persian Sufi literature, Jalal al-Din Muhammad Rumi also suggests that dragons symbolize the sensual soul, greed, and lust, unfortunately, and that those need to be mortified in a spiritual battle. So enjoy the spiritual battle, I guess, is what they're saying.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah. Greece. I picked this one in particular because I liked the fact that it was eating someone, and I feel like that's just Dragon 101.
I was like looking at it, I'm like, oh, I see now.
1, 2, 3, got it.
Okay.
I feel like it's on brand, I'm not gonna lie. Drakons, I'd like to remind the class, is what Greeks call them. And they played a significant role in their mythology. You should know a couple of them, and we'll talk in detail about specific types of dragons later. But they would often appear with poisonous spit, which is gross. Although fiery breath is attested in several of the myths, so it does exist in kind of like a modern look of it. And some depictions also show that Dracana is a female serpent that has several features of a human woman. Also interesting.
You know what? The guy who came up with this was probably really mad at his wife or something.
It's gotta be a woman. That's rough.
I mean,
you're probably not wrong. Let's be
where's
real.
The lie?
Where's the lie? Yeah. No. Yeah. Oh, what happened to my screen? Oh, God. Oh, God.
What happened?
Oh, God. Stop my PowerPoint. Oh, there we go. There we go. Before I was rudely interrupted.
Good job. We recovered.
We recovered. Many heroes often fought these creatures. Heracles slayed the Lernaean. Oh, God, he slayed the Hydra. We know this. We've seen the animated.
We've seen
movie,
Hercules.
Right?
We know. Yeah.
Jason drugged a sleepless dragon guarding the Golden Fleece.
Yep.
And Zeus battled the monster Typhon. Cadmus fought the dragon of Ares. Like, there's a lot of dragon lore, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Romans did a little bit too, except remember, instead of Drakon, they're Draconis because they got to be different. Their traditions just kind of mainly adapted the mythology to suit their needs, which is, again, just kind of the way that relationship carried through history.
Yeah.
During the 2nd century AD, after the Dacian Wars, the Roman military used the Draco as their military standard of cohort, as the eagle Aquila was that of the legion. So it was more like symbolism kind of situation. So, yeah, that's that.
Cool.
We'll eventually get to this guy, I think. I don't remember. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, let's get to him. This is the Philippine Bakunawa.
I love it.
Very fun. It means bent snake, so it's also a serpent-like dragon believed to cause eclipses, earthquakes, rains, and wind. He looks pretty cool, and as you can see, it does kind of look like he's eating the moon. There was a lot of associations with this particular serpent swallowing the moon, the legend of La Wu. And basically, it's a winged phantom dragon serpent.
Wow.
And they just eat the moon. Which is kind
You know what? I wasn't even going to, make that association until you said something, because he does look like he's eating the moon. But I was just like, oh, well, maybe that's just the way the artist wanted to portray him.
Yeah.
In the coming out of the water. But now, when you bring it up, he definitely is trying to eat the moon.
For sure. Like, he's eyeing dinner right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also giving Loch Ness Monster vibes a little.
Oh, absolutely. Again, like Nessie. I know that now they think she's might be more like
Gumball dinner.
Gumball dinner. So, I guess for a dragon, it's not wrong.
Not wrong.
Yeah, I think Nessie is kind of like that sea serpent, ancient monster dinosaur thing. Yeah. Maybe Nessie's a Bakunawa.
Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah, the Scottish version of
a Bakunawa.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And then there's also this. So, Just wanted to, this is
that an elephant?
It is an elephant. Unfortunately, the name didn't change, so that's fun. This is not the Bakunawa. This is actually India. Let me see. The Vertra. So Bakunawa was wrong. It's a Vertra. It is a giant serpent that would battle against the Vedic god of storms. I don't know what their beef was. It's just part of their legends in India, apparently.
Cute.
I guess, yeah. I mean, he's eating an entire elephant, and if to
He
scale,
looks much smaller than the elephant
right
in this picture.
I mean, look. Okay. Also, take a gander. It's got wings of a bird and bird feet, but the horrifying neck of a giraffe and the face of a dog.
Are the necks of giraffes horrifying?
I mean, in this context, absolutely. It's
Rip Peppa Pig.
Oh no!
How are you gonna do Peppa like that?
First of all, it's not even a pig; it's an elephant. So get your animals right. Second of all, this is a dog face. Cedric.
So yeah, so that's the other thing. It doesn't look like a dragon head. It looks like a dog.
Well, and this is the other thing that we'll see in some of these other depictions is many of the legends often combine elements like this from other animals that you would not associate together, and they just smash them together to make whatever this is.
Yeah.
But it's in their legends, so I guess it's legit. Okay. We're going to start talking about specific types.
Ooh.
In terms of like these are all historical types previously. I'm just trying to give you an overview, but now we're going to go in depth to like kind of the mainstream feel. Just kind of wanted to give the origins. They're vast. They're in all the mythologies. Doesn't matter. We're going to go into these.
When I think of dragons, I think of like storybook dragons first.
Yes.
Like Game of Thrones dragons. And then I also think of Chinese dragons.
And Puff the Magic Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess not.
Sure.
He lived by the sea. Childhood.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, Chinese dragons. That's fair centric. I just had to see what your comment was going to be. Anyway, Chinese dragons. So I'm going to scroll up just a little bit in my notes because we talk a lot about the Chinese and kind of Japanese dragons. Obviously, they're different, but just kind of want to give a little bit of history here. So the earliest draconic zoomorphic depictions, which is apparently a real phrase for these kinds of illustrations, they date to 62 through 5400 BC, while the Hongshan culture in China was the mainstay, and the character for dragon would begin in 47 to 2900 BC. Super great. The traditional image of the Chinese dragon would appear during the Shang and Zhou dynasties, evolving into Ying Long, which is a winged dragon that the scholar Shen Zhang proposes is the origin of the image of the real dragon. So that's what China says is the true look of the dragon.
Okay.
Based on that evolution. Right.
Yeah.
Artistic creations would evolve, of course, and the Ying Long would have flame or cloud patterns instead of wings. So if you see like pretty general depictions, you often see like those swirly clouds. Apparently those replaced the wings entirely.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
And so eventually that dragon would morph into a wingless yellow dragon in Chinese art forms. And this was again in that into Ying Long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun times. A cosmological diagram of the dragon god presents the concept of dragons in Chinese culture and the cosmological Si Ha Long Wang, or Dragon King of the Four Seas, which is a really long name. That's great. He's the king of all four seas, and each dragon king is associated with a color for the body of water, such as Azure dragon would be blue or green, representing east and the essence of spring. Red dragon, the south, essence of summer. Black dragon, the north, essence of winter. White dragon, so you get the point.
Got it.
They're associated with seasons, bodies of water, and their colors depict whatever they were associated with. Or you get a mashup like this, and you're like, I don't know what season you're part of.
Yeah. So. Does it say, it looks like the dragon has a fabulous mustache.
He does.
Do we know what that's about?
We sure do.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this is great. So, considered symbols of power and luck, the Chinese dragons have affinity for water, they're able to summon rain in droughts, etc. And they are, again, a mashup of a bunch of different animals. So they have shrimp eyes, apparently, which I don't really get from this. I don't know how many shrimp eyes I've seen. I don't know if that's what shrimp eyes look like. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what kind of shrimp they have in China. Maybe their eyes look like this. I guess I should have looked up a Chinese shrimp.
Maybe it's more of like a symbolic thing.
Could be. So apparently they have eyes of a shrimp. Antlers of a deer. Okay. That makes sense. Large mouth for a bull. Okay.
Okay.
The nose of a dog with catfish whiskers.
Ah, there it is.
So there you go.
Okay.
A lion's mane also checks out. Mm-hmm. A snake tail, go figure. Fish scales and hawk claws.
That all checks out. Yeah.
I can see it.
Based on this image, totally.
Yeah. However, there are other depictions as well that are kind of weird mashups, and I liked this one in particular. It's called the Bishi, and it is the eldest and has a turtle shape with sharp teeth and is fond of carrying heavy objects such as gravestones and monuments, and this is what they look like. And so stinky cute. I kind of like it.
Oh,
I know.
Turtle dragon.
I know.
Do you know the snapping turtles that are in my parents' backyard? They like wander up from the creek.
Yes.
And they look like that. Like,
they
not
look
even
like
kidding. They look like dinosaur.
I mean,
like dinosaur turtles. They're disgusting, and they could totally take your toe off. Like, it's not cute at all.
How many monuments are they carrying?
They're not carrying any monuments.
Dang.
No. Yes, they're empty of the monuments.
That's not Bishi material.
I feel like you could probably strap one to them, and they would. They'd be cool with that. I don't know.
Just
like the Eiffel Tower.
Strap an Eiffel Tower to it. Like a mini model. Just
right.
You know what? Maybe that would make them less aggressive if they just felt like they had some ornamentation, you know? Maybe.
Yes, exactly like a Greek mythology chimera. Totally.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because they're kind of a mashup too, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They all stole each other's idea. Well, I say that. It's great because if you look at this is true about a lot of things, but also folklore and legends and things like this and creatures. It's funny how even the scientists that were, looking into this and trying to derive where a lot of these imagery pieces came from, it's all separate cultures and continents individually creating the same ideal.
I know.
But with
Isn't that weird?
It is weird, and it's like
Super
it's like
weird.
Collective mind or something. I don't know.
And I think about that a lot when I think about like the gods of Greek mythology and Roman mythology. It's like the same. Mm-hmm. Is mythology the right word? I don't know. Yeah, I think it is.
Mythology's right. Yeah, Greek myths. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that's interesting. Yeah,
it is interesting. Anyway, so. That's the Bishi. Chinese dragons.
We love snapping turtle dragon.
That's what we're going to rename them. The great snapping turtle with the model Eiffel Tower dragon.
Exactly.
Okay. Something a little more familiar, potentially, is the Western dragon.
Yes, this is a good one.
Yeah. Western dragons are complicated because they often have different versions of them, but there is obviously like this mental image that you get when you think about a dragon, at least on this side of the world.
I would say.
And I would say this is probably what it amounts to, more or less, in your mental picture. It is pretty iconic. They're usually four-legged, have really large wings and a tail, have a tendency to breathe fire, and they're pretty opposite of the Eastern version, as you can tell. Less serpentine-like and more reptilian? Like other reptiles?
More dinosaur-like,
Yeah,
I
like
would say.
a mix between a lizard and a dino.
Right.
Yeah. God, get it together.
Sorry.
This group is, in general terms, used for other European-based dragons that we'll discuss. There's at least one I'm going to touch on, maybe two. And of course, unlike Eastern dragons, their legends surrounding them, as well as their philosophical meaning, is different. So, like, the Chinese dragons are prosperity and power and, you know, I've got this, you know, it's a very powerful symbol.
Yeah.
Counterly, the Western dragon stood for destruction, death, and was often associated with the devil, which is just sad times. And many middle-aged illustrations would depict the dragons to be large lizards, obviously, with wings that couldn't sustain flight.
Right.
However, here's the fun part. Once dinosaurs were discovered to be more closely related in their anatomy to birds than mammals...
Dragons started flying.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow.
And that's why they now have these large, expansive, flying-like
The more
wings.
you know.
The more you know.
Imagination.
That's what I think about anytime somebody does that. So yeah, that's basically it for the generic look. However, like I promised, there are different versions. This is one of them. It's called a wyvern. It looks a little bit different, as you can tell. So, why? What?
Do not like that one.
Oh, okay. Visceral reaction.
It's too like slippery.
What? You can't even feel it.
Skinny and like weird. I don't know. It gives more snake vibes than like dinosaur vibes. That's why I don't like it.
Okay, yeah, I can see the slippery though.
I'm sorry. That was the best I could come up with.
You put me on the spot. Well, this is a wyvern. Apparently, it's quite slippery. It is bipedal instead of the four. So I'll go back for a moment. 4 legs, as you can see. 2 legs, and then its wings are technically the second pair of legs.
Yes.
You see what I... Like a bat.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bat.
Yeah. Maybe that's... Yeah.
I mean, bats are like pretty cute though. I don't mind bats, but it's just
you don't think he's
wings
cute?
of the bat is weird.
You're weird.
I'm sorry. It's a dragon. Okay, it doesn't exist. It's fine.
Well, to make matters better for you, they're typically small with venomous stingers or darts for their tails instead of breathing fire.
Great.
Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
They're also kind of like bats, as they're supposedly extremely good seeing at night and during the day. They have amazing eyesight overall, and they're usually positive and or negative in terms of symbolic nature. They could be considered to represent that protection and strength and kind of valor. However, the other half is vengeance, which I think is fun. There's a famous story around a wyvern called the Dragon of Mortiford. And it states that there is a young girl named Maud, which is cute. I actually really like that name. She really wanted a pet, found a baby wyvern in the forest, obviously not realizing what it was.
Clearly.
And when her mom saw it, she, of course, said, absolutely not, get that out of my house, put it back where you found it situation.
Right.
However, little Maud would secretly hide and raise the wyvern in the forest until it grew and began killing the farm animals. Great.
Great.
This was obviously not well received by the community at large.
Okay.
And they would attempt to attack the creature to destroy it. And the wyvern retaliated by destroying the entire town except for Maud. Because that was Mom. However, it did end up that a nobleman who was dressed in shining armor would free the town by slaying the wyvern, driving Maud instantly insane in grief and anger. The end.
She became a Disney villain.
She
and
did.
That's how Maleficent was made.
And Maleficent was born. Oh my god. So yeah. Fun times, I guess.
Oh my god.
I don't know. It's fine.
That's rough, man.
Well, definitely for the wyvern, it died. Sad times. All right, we'll move on. You don't like it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Is this one better?
Oh god.
You should like this one. This is great.
Oh, this is the one Hercules
Yes.
slayed. It also looks like 3 basilisks, though. Also,
The fun thing about dragons is that, at least in the modern culture, when it's not related to like some like legends, like real legend, like the depictions of them change so drastically. So like this is just one iteration of a hydra, but I had thousands to choose from that were not like this. And then I think even the one in Hercules did not technically look like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It had like a little body. And there was 3 heads.
Right.
Yeah.
And it looked more like it had these little tendrils on the side, but they were like out, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
it was
this
like a bearded dragon.
Yeah.
But like with 3 heads. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
So you didn't choose the Hercules one because it wasn't technically correct?
I didn't choose the Hercules one because it felt too cliche.
Fair.
I can look it up.
No, it's fine.
Hold on.
It's fine.
Hold on. Hercules Hydra. You're professionals. We can access. We have It looked up Hercules hydraulics. Hydra. That's what I wanted. Why?
Yes, the regeneration one.
Okay, this is weird. I don't like. I forgot that they were kind of also bald. Hold on a second.
What?
They're kind of also bald. They look like Yzma heads.
They do. They do.
They do.
They do. It's like if Yzma was Hydra.
Yeah, this is what it looked like. There's
one particular shot where it's like got all of its little things, and I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the Yzma dragon.
No.
Professionally named.
Oh my god.
So yes.
It's like Kronk served her the Hydra potion. Crossover. Disney.
Wrong lever.
Here's your next movie.
I want an Yzma dragon.
And then just Kronk eating shrimp puffs for like the entire time. Meanwhile, you hear like Hercules fighting Yzma in the background.
Squeakity, squeakity, squeaking. But she has to have that same voice, like the cat voice, but she's a Hydra. We've made a new movie. It's like a whole thing.
It's the best.
Yes, this is the regeneration one. You cut off one head, it grows many a more. And that's obviously what makes it really hard to get rid of in mythology.
Indeed.
As we talked about, there was the Lernaean Hydra, and that was the offspring of Typhon and Echidna. It was a serpentine water dragon, so technically this kind of fits. Another reason I took it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't love this depiction, but it's fine. It was eventually defeated by Heracles as one of his 12 labors. If you need a refresher on what the other ones were, you can look it up yourself. I didn't. And he did so because he had the bright idea to cauterize the areas that the heads were trying to grow back out of. And that prevent them from regrowing. He eventually got to what's known as the immortal head. That's the one that just controls the entirety of the body and regeneration. And then, for some reason, he defeated it, cut the immortal head off, and then buried it under a rock. Logic? I don't know. I probably would have just lit it on fire.
Well, in the Disney movie, he causes like an avalanche, and it like crushes all of them.
Yeah.
And then everyone thinks that it's fine, but then it's not fine. And there's like 100 heads all of a sudden.
I wonder if that's a pun for the myth of being under a rock.
Like living under a rock, you mean?
No, as in like in the actual legend, he buries the immortal head under a rock after he cuts it off.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I wonder. I mean, it didn't work that time.
No.
Obviously. I don't know. That's it for the Hydra, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on. Japanese dragon. Pretty dang cool. These are the ones that you see a lot of tattoos drawn with.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Chinese and Japanese, it could be either depending on whoever wants the tattoo, but I feel like it's pretty common to see dragon tattoos.
Definitely.
It's also a mashup of the Chinese, Indian, and Korean mythological structure for a dragon. So you're going to see, again, kind of this body part mash. You got the catfish whiskers I see. I assume those are shrimp eyes. I still don't know. It's got the hawk claws. You get the relation.
Shrimp eyes, I really feel like are like this.
I gotta look up shrimp eyes. Do I not know what a shrimp looks like?
I guess we don't. I don't know.
Gosh.
I feel like I've been misled my entire life.
Actually, I kind of see it. Wait.
Share with the class.
Okay. Before I share with the class, I would like to say, 1, I get it in general, but also 2, I wonder if they were looking at mantis shrimp eyes.
Oh. Yeah.
'Cause these things are horrifying.
Great.
There you go.
Ah! The mantis shrimp is the one that sees in rainbow, right?
Yeah. And then these are just regular shrimp eyes, which I get.
Yeah.
I get.
I get that.
Yeah. Okay, maybe they're not crazy.
I agree, Centric. It's like krill eyes instead of shrimp eyes. I agree. I would say.
Krill eyes. Still horrifying. Anyway. Also associated with water. Serpentine in structure. Sometimes have claw feet. This one does. One of the most famous Japanese dragons in their folklore was Ryujin, which was a sea god and master serpent that lived in an undersea palace, which is pretty cool.
Cute.
And Ryujin specifically, in all of the folklore, had kind of a multiple role situation. In some cases in the folklore, he would aid the protagonists along their journey, helping to guide them, giving them good advice, whatever.
So he was a helpful dragon.
Right. But for others, apparently he was an obstacle, just kind of something they had to overcome. He's a big, powerful beast. He's a god. So you've got to overcome whatever that situation was.
Makes sense.
And also a lot of the Japanese dragons would have human forms in the folklore as well. So.
Oh.
I know.
Different.
Yeah. Super cool. We're kind of going to go into some of the lesser known dragon types now, which I think is fun. When I started this, I didn't expect to find all of these, and I'm kind of loving it. I'm loving it. This is the Druk, also known as the Thunder Dragon. It's based in Tibetan and Bhutanese mythology and is the national symbol of Bhutan. They often carry the title over there for leaders as the Druk Galpo or Thunder Dragon Kings, which I think is a pretty dang epic title if you ask me. If you look at their flag, you will see that the Druk has 4 jewels in its claws to symbolize wealth. So even in this depiction, you'll see it's got like these little jewels in its claws here.
Yeah.
These dragons are long and thin, have 4 legs with 5 toes on each foot, very specific, and often are brightly colored in reds and yellows, which this one is.
It kind of looks like the dragon from Mulan. That is the
Ooh.
statue. You know what I mean?
The Great Stone Dragon.
Yes, that one. Yes.
That's the one.
It kind of looks like that. It has the same kind of face shape.
It does. It does. Very thick head. Yeah.
Thick.
They are said to live on snowy mountains, and they move up as the snow melts, with the oldest dragons said to live at the summits of the Himalayas, which is kind of cool.
That makes sense for the Mulan reference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And overall, those Tibetan dragons are considered virtuous and wise, and they're basically what's considered a mythological lie detector. The catch is they are forbidden to speak verbally and are invisible to humans.
Hence, the Great Stone Dragon.
It's the Great Stone Dragon, exactly. The only guidance they can provide is a thunderbolt, which is supposedly a sign for people to redirect their path to live more virtuously.
Aha.
Aha. So, yeah. That's the Great Stone Dragon. I don't actually know if that's the Great Stone Dragon. It's just, it is the Druk.
AKA the Great Stone Dragon.
Okay. That's what we're calling it. This one is also super cool. So I told you to put a pin in the whole dragon eating its bum thing. I don't know if I rehashed on that yet, but here we are. This is actually an African-based dragon, which is so stinking cool. I didn't realize the expanse. I just kept finding more. This is great.
Yeah.
Not as commonly known, the African dragons are also serpentine, just a common theme, but they don't usually have legs like the Western or Eastern dragons. And in the African...
So a fancy snake.
He is a fancy rainbow snake. Oh, Blair! Blair has left us. You could have just said you wanted to leave.
No, what happened? This happened last time too.
It did. That was
okay,
hilarious.
I'm back. All right, we're good. I'm sorry.
My favorite part is looking over when it happens and being like, ah. She's just gone.
I know, because I disappear from like our little back end first, and then I just disappear from the Twitch, and I'm just like, what? Where did I go?
Excuse me. I wasn't done. I'm going to talk about the creation myth. Okay.
Go for it.
In the African creation myth, these dragons are part of the creation world, dictating that the world was made by the first primal god, Nana Baluku, with the help of her companion, the rainbow serpent dragon, Ido Huedo, the god's creation, which is this cute little guy. The legend states that the twists of the dragon were used to create rivers and valleys, while its poo created mountains and nourished the earth for growing plants. So we're just walking around on dragon poo, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? It's a realistic myth.
That's fair. It's always stepping in poo. Once the world was finished, though, Nana Baluku was concerned that the weight of the world with all the creations would eventually collapse. So, Edo Huedo wrapped around the bottom of the earth, held its tail in its mouth, and balanced the weight of the world on its back. And this is the eating of the tail that's similar to the Egyptian Ouroboros.
So basically, the dragon served as like a rubber band.
Correct. Yes, we've just decided to rubber band the problem. It's like the duct tape of the mythology.
I love it.
Unfortunately, the dragon couldn't bear the heat. So what the god did was provide a great ocean he could live in to kind of... I guess it's hot. He's got a lot of work to do. He's holding up the entire planet.
So the dragon lives in the ocean.
Correct. Again, associated with water.
Right.
And he had little red monkey friends that would feed him with the idea that if they failed, Ida Huedo would eat his tail and leave the world to collapse. No pressure.
So the red monkey friends.
Yes.
Are
That's what's
they...
really holding the world together.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Foundation.
All I can think of when you say that are the like monkey toys. You know, like the red ones.
The barrel of monkeys?
The barrel of monkeys.
That's exactly what that is.
That's all I can think about.
Yep.
And
that's it. Yeah. Do you feel nervous now?
No, I don't feel
Okay.
nervous. I feel like the red monkeys have it, but I just am concerned about...
I feel like they got it. They've been doing this for like millennia. I feel like they got a system.
Like, so typically these myths
Mm-hmm.
have some basis in reality, I guess, because like those like the people looked around who originally made up the myths, right?
Sure.
Or
okay. Yes.
they looked around in their life and they said,
Yeah.
you know, hey, those are mountains, or what we know as mountains today.
Right.
I don't know what those are. But
Right.
if I think that there's a giant dragon who
Right.
put them there, then maybe it's a little bit better. And the
Prove
fact that
them,
like all of
yes.
our vegetables grow on the mountain,
Yes.
you know,
Fertile soil.
then that makes total sense in my
Yeah.
mind. Which, yeah, sure, okay. But
Yeah.
I'm curious as to like what the monkeys symbolize in like their surroundings, or was there just like a plethora of red monkeys around in this particular?
Maybe
I don't know.
I don't. Maybe it's indicating that we as a group of humans have to take care of the earth, like i.e. the
okay.
dragon.
Sure.
Like we are the protector of the
Yeah.
dragon Earth.
Right.
Or maybe, I mean, I'm sure there's monkeys in Africa.
Well, yeah.
That's fair. I don't know a lot about
I don't know.
monkeys
Yeah.
and
Neither
like
do
their
I.
whereabouts, to be honest. Maybe we should do a podcast on monkeys. That would be fun.
That would be good. Yeah.
I like
Maybe
animals.
we can invite Jane Goodall to come on.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be perfect. Yeah, I would say the symbolism is we are the protectors and guiders.
Yeah.
We're looking out for, because he lives in the ocean, so we got to protect our oceans, our waters, our lands, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they envisioned global warming being a problem. Yeah. Deep. Anyway.
Patrick says like plate boundaries in this majestic poo realm.
We all live in a majestic poo realm. My favorite interpretation. I guess also, can I just say, it's probably rainbow poo? Because he's a
Why?
rainbow dragon?
Oh. All right.
It's special poo. Was anything said about it when it moves? No, but I imagine if his... Maybe some of the legend would be like... if you feel the tail starting to slip, you'll get like earthquakes or volcanoes or something because he's like trying to hold it together.
That makes sense.
Maybe. I didn't
Yeah.
see that in the literature, but it could be like, oh, if they were trying to explain natural disasters at the time, it could be Ido Huedo like holding onto his tail for dear life.
I love when ancient cultures try to explain or not national disasters, but like
Yeah,
natural disasters.
Yeah.
It's the best.
They're like, where did this fertile soil come from? Gotta be dragon poo.
Well, and you gotta like hand it to them because like what else are they supposed to
Right?
think of? Like I love it. It's so creative.
It is.
It's
Very,
amazing.
very creative. I'm a Edo Huedo fan, let me tell you.
Mhm.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right too. It's very fun to say.
It sounds
Maybe it's
Very
Ido
fun.
Huedo. I don't know. Moving on.
Ew.
Here's
Okay.
another one I can't pronounce. It is it's a Gassian Diatha.
That was great.
Thank you. I feel like I
That
nailed
was phonetically correct.
Thank you. Gassy. That's what we're going to call him for short. So this dragon is actually based in Native American culture, which is kind of cool. Didn't know that they had this specific dragon either, so learning a lot. It's based in early Iroquois and Algonquin people who would discuss a race of giant serpentine dragons that lived along the Lake of Ontario, Canada. Mm-hmm. And the Seneca people were convinced that this dragon was actually gassy, a giant snake with a hydra head with the ability to fly and breathe fire. Again, we got fire. But there are two kind of traditional origin stories. One kind of makes sense. The other one, you're going to be like, okay. First one, they say it's derived from serpent eggs, which is the one I feel makes the most sense.
Plausible.
Plausible. Sure. And that's the whole guess. They're like, yep, came from eggs. Perfect. The second one, however, the other legend claims that Gassy fell from the sky via meteor, is technically an alien, and would then also be referred to as the meteor dragon who would fly across the sky on a path of fire. A little more epic than the egg scenario. Maybe a little less plausible. I don't know. I'm not going to speak on Gassy.
It fell from the sky via meteor.
Correct.
And so, okay. So
Alien.
they're saying that it was just like birthed from the meteor.
It's birthed from the universe, I guess.
I like that one better, to be honest with you.
It's got more theatrical elements, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, like, a serpent egg is, like...
Not as cool.
I feel like you would know about it if you saw it, you know?
Be like, this kind of looks like Gassy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if I were the meteor version, I'd be like, Gassy's the one who destroyed the dinosaurs.
True.
You know, just origin story of that. Came to Earth, destroyed everything on it, and then lived here.
Right.
Yeah.
And now probably lives in the depths of the ocean somewhere.
Also on fire, which to me seems an odd combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're all a little interesting.
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's Gassy.
Cool.
We're now going to go to Mesoamerica.
This is the worst. This one is like it's so many consonants.
I was like, I thought you were going to say that this dragon was the worst one. I was like, I'm pretty sure you disliked the wyvern pretty aggressively.
Oh, no, the wyvern is the worst. But, like, this one, in terms of name, is just, like...
Yes.
There's a lot going on.
Quetzalcoatl? Oh, Quetzalcoatl? I don't know. Calling him Q for short, because I don't want to mess it up and continue to embarrass myself on the pronunciation.
Okay.
So it translates to feathered serpent for obvious reasons. And it combines the look of a bird and rattlesnake, which is, in this particular one, is the most revered god of ancient Mesoamerica. Q is connected to gods of rain, wind, and dawn, and was also the giver of maize, or corn, to the Aztecs, and it's important because that society was heavily dependent on agriculture for their survival.
Right.
Q is also the protector of craftsmen, a patron god of knowledge, science, and the arts, and the Aztecs also believed that he invented the books and calendars. Pretty smart dragon. Also responsible for organizing the cosmos, creating I mean, he's busy, I guess.
He's booked and busy.
He's booked and busy. He's got his calendar. He'll pencil you in when he's got time, okay? He's revered as the Aztec high priests would include him in their names to further emphasize their rank within the temple. This is similar to the other dragons that we've discussed where they'd use like thunder god, like the Druk leadership. They would do the same thing. And the fun thing is you can find Q along many of the old Aztecian temples still. They're carved into the rock and they look like this guy on the bottom. It's very fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
It gives the Great Stone Dragon vibes a little bit.
The Great Stone Dragon is back. You really liked that one. I'm so sorry I didn't include it. Now I feel like I need to include a slide about the Great Stone Dragon. He's not the Great Stone Dragon, though.
No.
He's still got a thick head. Yeah.
Thick, with 2 C's.
Fat with a PH. I like that one better. Oh, man. Raging Meteorite Gyarados for that whole gassy. Raging Gyarados for sure. All right. We're done with Q. We're going into the last one. Oh, I ended the slide.
Oh.
This is a Vishap.
Ooh.
Pretty cool.
Pyro vibes.
Yes. Also, I'm pretty sure this is Skyrim, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. It's definitely an RPG game.
I just aged myself. Anyway.
Ooh, Spyro.
Wrong.
Not even purple.
Not even. It's got the little ear flappy flaps.
You mean the horns?
They look like flappy ears. They don't look like horns.
I love it so much.
Ma'am.
Sorry. I'll refrain.
They don't look like horns at all.
What are you talking about? Oh, these?
Yes.
These are spikes.
Well, they look like ears. Little bunny ears.
Sweet little bunny, the Vishap. Who's a good bunny? Okay, well, he's Armenian in origin. I don't even know if this is accurate for him. This is literally the picture I took from the article because I couldn't actually find one that was consistent across the board of what it looked like.
Sure.
So again, I would just do your own research. I don't freaking know if this is right. Doesn't matter.
It's cute, though.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, why do you think it's
cuter than the other one?
It's huge. This thing could eat you.
I know.
Okay.
I'm gonna pet it.
Okay. Good luck. I feel like you're gonna end up like that village in Mod very soon.
I know, but did the dinosaur?
Wow.
Did the dragon kill Maud?
No.
Okay.
But you're not its mom.
Not yet.
I'm about to be. Okay, well, congratulations, Blair. You're now the mother of a beautiful Vishap.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Your Vishap is strongly associated with water. And similar to pretty much all the other varieties of dragon, it's kind of a mishmash. I don't know what this one is really a mishmash of. It looks like a Western dragon to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's said that the Vishap is ascends or descends between earth and sky, and that causes eclipses or thunderstorms, depending on which one is happening at the time. It represents water, fertility, wealth, and power. However, you're probably not going to like this part. They are known to steal children and replace them with their own offspring.
Interesting adoption program.
I mean, imagine waking up and your child is now a dragon.
Or just an egg
Or
that
just-
will eventually turn into a dragon.
Is this going to be a gassy egg or a Vishap? Could be either. I don't know. And apparently these stories are likely linked to like the traditional knight in shining armor situation because you'd steal away the princess and
Right.
Carrie would be raised by I don't know. Whatever.
So basically the dragon is stealing the princess.
Right.
Like how these ones steal children.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
And
So Maleficent.
I get she's Fae. First of all. She's
What?
Fae.
Faye?
Yeah, she's fairy.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Fine.
At least okay, wait, she's Fae in the new movies.
So again, I'm behind.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, she's Faye.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Both
That
movies are
means
great.
nothing to me.
You'll love it. You need to go watch them immediately.
I know.
Oh, man.
It's hard. I can't keep up with all the new Disney stuff and the new
Girl.
Star Wars stuff and the new Marvel stuff. It's just too much.
That's fair. The movie that I really want to see that I keep seeing clips of and I hate but also love is the Cruella movie. The live action.
I
want to see it.
So good with Emma Stone.
So you have seen it.
I've seen that one.
I'm so
Yes,
excited.
it is
Okay.
So good.
I
You're
knew
gonna
it would
love
be.
It.
Oh, God. I'm so
And
excited.
the fashion is so amazing.
Okay. So Tyler has duty this weekend. So I'm going to watch Cruella.
Okay, great.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. Let me know what you think.
Oh, one last thing on these guys. So apparently, similar to other you know how I say like some of the dragons would like the oldest ones were at the summit, or like the oldest
Sure.
ones would carry the Eiffel Tower on its back.
Right.
Apparently, for bishops, any of them that reach over thousands of years old have the potential to swallow the entire world. So that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not duct tape it like the other one.
No, not Idaho. No, they're not holding it together. They're literally just gonna chomp on it. But I'd rather the Bakunawa eat the moon than this dragon eat the world, if I'm gonna be honest.
I think that's fair. That's
Yeah.
a fair thing.
I
Or
think
we
so.
just give it all of the children and then it's full.
Just give it all the children. I'm liking that is the compromise you're willing to make. You're like,
Is it controversial? Yes.
a little.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, even Centric is concerned. Reminds me of the
But-
smog from the Hobbit, but yeah, that's true.
I would say.
But
Just become a dragon rider. Hi, chicken mom.
Mom, that's my real mom. Hi, Mom. Wait, thanks for the first time chat.
Yeah.
Destroy a war. That's in exchange for some children of spare change. Oh, Mom, I'm so glad you found the chicken emotes.
I love it.
She's doing the thing, guys. She's doing the thing. We're so excited for her. Mom, this is Centric. Centric Mom. Centric's my mod. He's beautiful, wonderful, lovely. He also mods on my Moose channel. This is Moose Mom or Chicken Mom if you're Blair.
Yeah.
Good gravy. Yep, that sounds like something she'd say. Hello. Oh, Mom, I'm so glad you made it. Yes. I thought Blair's mom may or may not be in or thought about being in chat, right?
I don't know. Mom, put something in the chat if you found the link that I sent you and were able to navigate to it.
It is dicey. I'm
Yeah.
very impressed.
I don't know. I feel like I'd have to walk through it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. The hold on. The last thing I kind of wanted to do, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
is discuss all.
Are
Not
your nails watermelons?
Who else said that? No, they're strawberries.
Okay, that was my second guess. They're so cute.
Thank you. Lita does amazing. Oh,
She do.
I moved our background. Apologies.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Yes, there's strawberries. I wanted to show all of the mom's getting crazy with the emotes. I wanted to discuss the movies about or related to dragons.
Oh, yes.
Which I thought would be fun.
Yes.
And also kind of a great discussion topic.
Yeah.
So, what I have. Did it work? Nope.
No.
Well, that's great. Let me close that. Desktop. There we go. Thanks, Mom. It's giving watermelon. Thanks, Centric.
It's true.
It's not.
It is right now.
Fine. Okay, the next set I will do watermelons.
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to
Yes.
tell Lita. I'm changing
I'm
my
excited.
design. Okay. The thing is, I was my plan was actually to do this really cute like Arizona style looking nails, like Western style with cacti on it.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And then I was going to do cherries, but I guess I'm just going to stay on a fruit train.
I mean, cherries are also fruit. Cherries are acceptable.
Yeah. That was going to be my beach nails. Yeah.
Or watermelon.
Or watermelon.
There is no Arizona.
There is no... That's a great song. Thanks, Mom. Guess I can't do Arizona nails. There's no Arizona.
Denied.
Start singing the country music up in here. Okay. Well...
So what movies are we talking? Oh, I see. Okay, I got it now.
So we've
I
got
see it.
Aragon, which Aragon was also a book.
Yes. I believe I tried to read that as a youth, and
As a ute.
I just couldn't
Yeah.
get into it. It wasn't my vibe. I don't know.
I liked the movie.
Yeah, the movie was good.
Yeah. We had friends in ute group, that were really big into the Aragon books. And then there was something, wasn't there another dragon series? Since my mom's in the chat, wasn't there another dragon series everybody was reading? I don't remember. But it was similar to this, or maybe it was like a series with Aragon. Was it an Aragon series?
Aragon was a series.
Fire, ice,
Soup?
and tea. I was thinking tea. Good soup.
Soup.
Fire, ice, and soup. Oh my god.
Bathtub? I don't know.
Bathtub. Cedric, what are you saying? Speak to
I know
me.
he's trying to speak to us. I know it. Arizona iced tea.
Oh. Dragon Thief. Yes, I knew she. See, I knew she would know.
She knows.
Thanks, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was another one everybody was really into. I don't know if they made it into a movie, but it was definitely a book series that I never read. I have no idea what Reign of Fire is. Apparently, it was from 2002. I've never heard of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dragonheart, I've heard of, never seen.
No.
No
Same.
for you? Okay. Did
Negative.
you have heard of it, though?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
1996. Insano in the Braino. I don't know what this one is. Apparently it's from 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of fire and ice, The Dragon Chronicles, 2000. I don't know that one either. Aragon is a book series, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
so it is a book series. Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon, iconic. I actually really liked them.
I haven't seen it, which is like a crime. I understand. I know.
Well, there goes our friendship. I mean,
Well, I just should stop while we're ahead, right?
it's just ruined.
Ruined. No, but maybe when you're watching the movie that you just said you were going to watch, that I forget what it is now.
Cruella. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I have short-term memory issues.
It's fine.
But so when you're watching that, I'll watch How to Train Your Dragon, and then we can
We'll
talk
convene.
about it.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll literally be able to do that on Sunday.
True.
So maybe that's our intro.
Maybe.
Scheming already. I've heard of Pete's Dragon.
Yeah, another one that I've heard of as well, but just never got around to seeing.
Yeah. And then this one is new, but apparently it's a remake because I also see it here from 2000. So I guess I've heard great things about this. This is another one I want to see, is the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, Chris and I did see that, and it was very good.
Okay, so now I gotta see. Have you seen the original?
No. We
Okay.
only saw the one with Chris Pine.
I wonder why.
It's very charming. It's good.
Apparently, Dragonheart has many. I didn't even know that. Another one from. No, that's Dragon Hunter. Another one Dragonheart. Oh, Mom. Okay, hold on. I gotta help my mom for a second. Mom, type !Pokey Start, and you'll get a starter Pokemon, and you could try to catch that Ninetales. Just trying to help you out. If you can hear me, chat !Pokey Start. I got you.
Into the internet.
Into the internet, and the internet will spit out a Pokemon for you. And I will also try to catch it because that's fantastic. Yeah. Nice. And now do !Pokey Catch real quick. Real quick lack. Nice snivy. Just trying to help Mom out.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
So wait, if you Pokecatch and then I type in Pokecatch, is it the same?
Yeah. Unless you're on your personal account.
I am not.
Yeah. Hi, Hi, Kellen.
Oh, hi, Kellen.
Kellen's the littlest brother in my lineup of brothers.
In my lineup.
I might as well have a lineup at this point.
Might as well. You're a brood of brothers.
Oh wait, hold on. Here, we'll do this for you. My Stream Deck has decided to just not work. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
It's really not working. Okay. Hi, Kellen. Hi. Just wanted to do that for him. Okay. Mom, you caught it. Wow. Huge. Nice. Excellent. Applause. Nah. Woohoo. I love it so much. This is so much fun. I love this. Okay. So, I'm looking through these. This is also new. Raya the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is.
I've heard of it. Never seen it.
Have you seen previews for the new Kraken movie?
No.
Ruby something Teenage Kraken. And it's like a new DreamWorks movie, and it's about a girl who...
Mom. Mom likes it.
Oh,
okay. It's Ruby.
Yeah, anyway.
Ruby what?
I don't know what her last name is. Just put Teenage Kraken in. And basically, the mermaids are evil, and she discovers... It's like a coming of age, she's discovering her Kraken powers and how she keeps the ocean together. Yada, yada. It's supposed to be super good. Chris and I are going to go see it.
So cute. Oh, it looks like Ripley's Aquarium.
It do.
Wait a minute. Is Oceana and Ripley's connected at all? Because this looks like Ripley's Aquarium stuff.
I don't know.
What? That's cute.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's supposed to be very good.
What is this? Oh.
Okay.
Shrek and what? I'm sorry? What does that say?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
From the makers of Shrek and something else.
Why are they advertising that?
Because the people who animated Shrek also animated this, I guess.
I hope this isn't a creepy website. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I can't read what that's... The makers of Shrek and who?
All right. Going on the internet.
Help! Shrek and what is that? Zamaja? I have no clue what that is, actually. What is Zamaja? All right. Hopefully it's not weird. It can't be if it's on a kid's movie. Zamaja. It's weird. I don't know what it is.
Oh. No, it's from the studio that brought you Shrek and How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, it's in a different language. I guess Shrek doesn't translate to another. Shrek doesn't translate well, but Zamacha is How to Train Your Dragon. Same, but different. It's fine.
Slow clap.
You know what? We got there in the end, and I'm not even mad about it.
Took a very, very scenic route, but we got
did.
there.
We did. Right. Okay. We're just gonna skip past that like it didn't even happen. Also, just side note, I love how they included Dragon Ball Z in the lineup of movies.
It's about dragons.
Technically,
Totally.
Shinran is a dragon.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Is Mulan mentioned? Because that movie has a dragon in it. A tiny dragon, but a dragon nonetheless.
Animated. Let's see. Another Dragon Ball Z reference. Oh my gosh, I remember these connected dragons. Quest for Camelot. I feel like it's a fever dream, but I know that I have seen that before. Puff the Magic Dragon is not in here. I wish it was. Oh, Mulan is in here.
Yay!
Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, and Tom and Jerry also. Why is Shrek? Oh, right, because there's a dragon in there.
There is a dragon. You just hate Shrek.
I
That's
guess
all.
so. I'm just inundated with Shrek stuff.
Your red flag is you hate Shrek.
Lives by the sea. That's right, Mom. Oh, gosh. There was also another one. Fairy Tale? Yeah, there were dragons. Yeah, that's fair. Was there? Haku. Okay. All right. Spirits. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I did invite you, and I don't regret it. There's one I was thinking about too, though, that I'm surprised isn't included. I don't know. Anyway, these are the top 10 best dragons of movies of all times. Maleficent.
Nice.
This is the one you need to see. Both of them.
It is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spirited Away, coming in at number 9. This is Haku. One of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies.
Nice.
The Neverending Story. Jake Long, American Dragon.
That's a throwback.
I don't know that I know what that is.
Yes, you do.
I do?
It's Disney Channel, I think. And they had like a whole animated show about it. Look it up. Look it up right now.
Oh, I remember this kid.
Yes, you do.
Oh my gosh. I've definitely forgotten about him.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jake.
It's like
Yes,
he was around the
Falcor.
same. He was around the same like realm as Danny Phantom.
I love Danny Phantom.
Yeah, different network, obviously. Danny Phantom was or Nickelodeon, but still.
Yep. Here you go, Mom. Neverending Story. Falcor.
That is a weird looking dragon.
I don't. I quip. My mom's in the chat. Watch the language. Just kidding. Nice to see you, Quip. How are you? It's okay. We're still going, though. I think this is this the longest we've streamed the pod stream before?
Indeed it is.
It did end, in fact, Quip. Mom, Quip, Mom.
Bowie looks like it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Bowie's my mom's dog. He's a Great Pyrenees. He looks like this. This is what Bowie looks like.
He looks like a giant dragon from a movie.
I mean, to be fair, they're a mashup of a lot of different creatures, so I would not be surprised. No, Centric is not Mom. Centric is Mom. Sorry, Centric. God. Anyway, Pete's Dragon comes in at number 7, which is Man, I'm confused. With his 2 eyes. Mom, you don't need to drag me like that in front of my friends. Did I tell you that story, Blair?
No.
So it was around the time I first met Bowie, and he has, is it called heterochromia?
Oh, where one eye is a different color than
Yes.
the other one.
And I said, what I meant to say was, oh my gosh, I love that he has two different colored eyes, but what I said was, I love that he has two eyes. Which is just on brand for me, if we're being honest.
I love that for you. That is so funny.
Yes.
And I am also glad that Bowie has two eyes. I mean, we would still love him if he only had one.
I'm so relieved.
Yeah.
He has two eyes.
It's as if you had seen it in a prophecy or something that your mom would get like a one-eyed dog. And you're like, oh my God, he has two eyes. It's amazing.
I really thought it was going to be different, but it's not. Dang, my premonitions.
Yeah.
They're always fake. I just stomp around the house. Gosh dang it. No, cat quip. Cat is mom. Cat is mom. Anyway. A poo poutin'. Yeah, I would have poo pouted. Yes, thank you, Mom. That's great. And Pete's dragon. Get roasted by my mom in chat.
Roasted.
Hi, Mom.
I am Mom. Hear me roar, Mom.
Hear me roar. Topical dragons.
Exactly. Bringing it all back.
Bringing it all back. Hi, Mom. Why'd you have to use Ben's emote for that, Centric? Love you too, Mom. Aragon is number 6.
She is struggling, ladies and gentlemen.
So great.
Number 5. Dragon Slayer.
Yes, 1981. I've never heard of it.
Nor have I.
Oh, man. Ugh. Shut up, Cedric. The Hobbit. This is the one you were talking about, Smaug.
Oh, yes. I've seen The Hobbit, actually.
Why did you say it like that? Oh, yes. I have seen The Hobbit.
Indeed.
They already hurt, Mom.
Correct. That is correct. Can confirm.
Blair has seen Smaug in The Hobbit. I know of Smaug. I like his face, I guess. Ugh. What? Oh, the second. It literally tells me. I was about to say, which one is this? I had to, I was forced against my will to watch all of the movies.
Lord of the Rings?
The extended versions.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Well, let me tell you. So my friend and I,
Mrs. Moose, Mother Moose. I enjoy Mother Moose, honestly. Lots of the rings.
One of my friends, we decided to like have a sleepover and stay up all night to see if we could watch all of the Lord of the Rings movies. We couldn't do it.
I'm so sorry.
It was really bad.
Citric just penned my mom's message.
It's a good one.
It was many rings ago. Cumberpatch got down on... He did! He really did! You're so right! I like that you said Cumberpatch and we all really know what you mean.
Oh, 1000%. Have you seen that list of all the different names of Benedict Cumberbatch?
I have.
So good.
Cucumber, bend and snatch. I thought that one was gold. Cucumber, bend and snatch was fantastic.
That is my absolutely most favorite.
Works every time.
Oh, God.
Oh. Whew, Lord of mercy.
Cucumber, bend and snatch.
People are creative. What can I say?
I love it.
I've never heard of Reign of Fire, but there's a dragon in it, if you're interested. It's got Christian Bale. He's pretty great.
Nice.
Matthew McConaughey.
Man.
Gerard Butler. I don't know Isabella Scorpio. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm laughing at the cursed images of Scooby-Doo live
I know.
action.
Yeah.
Which one? The one, I guess there's only one, right? One.
They did a few.
Oh, they did.
Pokemon chat if you're interested. ! Pokecatch. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, McConaughey. Dragonheart. That looks horrifying, but this was definitely during a time where CGI was,
Oh no.
you know, not great. This was probably an
Not
animatronic.
great. I was gonna say.
Yeah. And number 1, rounding it out. How to Train Your Dragon.
Cute.
Yeah, super cute.
We love.
We love. And that's all I have.
I love that.
I know. Very dry. Mainly the Scooby-Doo behind the scenes of the actor wearing the dress. What? Yes, exactly. Blair's gonna be on a watching spree.
I am. It's okay. It'll be fine.
You've got me confused, Quip. I'll look it up. Scooby-Doo behind the scenes. Oh wait, I guess I need to live action. Oh, do you mean Fred? Mom, nice catch.
Nice.
She's got all the Pokemon luck, I swear. Centric's pretty good on Twitch, but Mom got that Pogo magic. The emotes. You mean Fred when they got switched into each other's bodies? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what that is. Scooby-Doo before CGI.
Yeah.
Horrifying. That is pretty scary. 4 more Pokemon for Stadium Battle Mother Moose.
Mother Moose.
That's
So I
right.
think we've officially settled Mother Moose.
Mother Moose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom, once you have 6 Pokemon, you can battle on here. So that'll be fun for you. Love it. It's so cute and wholesome. I freaking love it.
And it's a pun too. Mother Goose, Mother Moose.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It is.
Oh, that is adorable. Congratulations on your new name, Mom. Chicken Mom, Mother Moose. She wears mini hats. Yes. Oh, I just catch. Oh, okay. You don't have to battle. We're not going to force you.
No confrontation.
No. Oh, also, Mom, I don't know if you're on your phone or not, but if you're not, and you scroll down on if you're on the computer, if you scroll down, you should see like a little box that has the Pokemon community thing. You can see what you've caught. Starring 2 short-sighted stars. Oh, rude. On your phone. Okay, never mind. Catching butterflies. Centric. What is this? A box of moms. Definitely. Well. That's it.
Yeah.
A box of moms. Thanks, Centric. Are we collecting moms? It's always good to have a few around.
True.
Well, this has been great.
This has been a lovely time.
Where can I sign up for that box? I don't know. Ask Quip. He seems to be the keeper of moms. Mars Needs Moms. Isn't that a movie? Oh my goodness. That rings so many bells. That's adorable.
It is.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It is a movie. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Love it.
Any raid requests?
Ooh, we should also tell them
Yes.
that all of our podcasts are on YouTube now.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Can I just tell you, this is side tangent. I know that we were slowing down, but I have to tell you how annoying this was. Okay.
Please tell me about the side tangent, because I also want you to know that I received like 50 emails from you.
I'm so sorry. First of all, it could only be 30 because we only had 30 episodes. Second of all,
I used hyperbole for effect, okay?
Okay, so on the RSS, which RSS is just the system that we use to upload all the pods to all the different channels, because it's like the multi-channel thing for people who don't know.
It's our behind the scenes stuff.
They sent out, they had the little band thing that said, oh, you can connect your thing to YouTube, and YouTube is now hosting podcasts and whatever. Doesn't matter. I was like, oh, fantastic. I'm going to click add, and it's just going to upload.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Each individual episode. And keep in mind, for the majority, except for our specials on our Real Pod, the majority of them are strictly an hour-ish long maximum. Right? So it took one of those episodes an hour to upload from RSS to YouTube.
My gosh.
And so what I was doing is clicking multiples, and then I would get to I would do 1, 2, 3, and I'd get to 4 or 5, and it'd be like, no, you have to slow down. So I'd have to do a chunk. It would take 2-ish hours, and then I'd do a second chunk. And then they were appearing not in order.
Oh, no.
Which I did not anticipate. I fixed it on the playlist, but it's going to look funky in terms of uploads. So
it's
anyway.
Weird. Yeah, no, and I noticed that because every so often I'd get a cluster of emails being like, oh, your podcast has been uploaded to YouTube. Oh, your podcast has been uploaded to YouTube. And I'm like, okay, well, 4 hours ago, all of my podcasts were uploaded to YouTube. I don't understand.
Let me tell you what. Ugh, it was awful. But
thank you for doing that for us. That was a labor of love.
It's totally fine. It really was. And now you can snark. I don't know what that means. Now you can see our playlists. We have one for the MCP pods. This episode will, of course, be in our MCP streams, and if you want to see them, they are in order now because I painstakingly had to go through and reorganize all of them in the playlist. But just so you know, I can't do anything about the videos. They're just going to be in the wrong order. So
it's fine. It's okay.
It is what it is. It was awful.
I'm sorry.
But it should be better this time because then we'll only be doing one at a time. So on Tuesday, once it uploads, I'll just hit that one, and that's the only one that has to go up. So I'm hopeful at the very least.
Yeah, from here on out, it should be fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
today is Thursday. Oh, you mean snort? Like a snort, smirk?
She meant snort.
It's a
yeah,
or the
that.
I inhaled instead of exhaled the first one.
Breathe, Kirsten. Breathe.
Oh, gosh, I'm really holding it together. Okay. Anyway, why is Vegeta part of that statement centric? Kamehame snort. Raid requests. Anybody have a raid request? I see Diva is on.
I was gonna say, Centric just put a bunch in the chat.
Oh, did you?
A little bit before. It was Anna, Lady Wish, Asian Diva.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Rock.
you look. See what you think.
Who's been on the longest, Centric? Do you know? Is Diva about to end? Let's see. She's only been on for 2. Oh, you know what? They're playing Words on Stream.
Oh my gosh.
Think. Yeah, she is. Damsel. It's weird doing it from this side because I need to go on and follow all of them. Follow.
Follow.
We could do Anna. How do we feel about Anna? Oh, thanks for clipping that, Quip. Do you know what clips are, Blair?
I do not.
You're about to.
Oh, no.
So, when somebody clips something... Here we go. Emerald is only 30 minutes in. Oh, well, maybe we do that. Anna is also... Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So, what Quip has done is has the screen. He has clipped this.
She meant snort.
It's the...
Yeah. She meant
He
snort.
just clipped me snorting. So, that's exciting.
Oh.
And then eventually you compile them and you're just embarrassed by yourself.
Great. Okay.
Great.
Love that for us.
Woo! Okay. With that, I guess we're gonna wrap up.
I think that's best.
Is that okay? Okay. I'm gonna play our outro music. Yeah, so the point is you like clip things and it's like, why did you pin Mom's LOL? It's okay. Why, Mom? Why are you crying?
Crying from laughing.
Okay. It doesn't look like she's laughing. I feel like this is a great way to end it. My mom has LOL pinned. Quip clipped me snorting for everyone to enjoy.
I think it's time. I think we've had a very fulfilled pod stream.
That's right, Mom. It's time to go. I'm gonna send you guys to Deceptive Damsel.
Always good to have a laugh with Mother Moose.
A nice chuckle, if I may say. Okay. Join the raid, please. Give Damsel all the love. I don't think I have... Wait, do I have a raid... Thanks, Censure, that he's the best mod in the world. That's the raid message. Copy and paste. When you go over to Deceptive Damsel... Quip. It's an eggplant, Mom. Anyway... We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And I guess that's it. Cheers?
Cheers. Rate us 5 stars. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.